Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Rurouni Kenshin, the Kyoto Disturbance arc episode number 6 reaction. So the previous episode, Kenshin had a battle with Sojiro. Yeah, that was his name. And Shisho left Sojiro to fight Kenshin, and both Kenshin and Sojiro went for one sword strike, and Sojiro destroyed Kenshin's Sakabato. Genshin also destroyed Sojiro's sword, which was given to him by Shishio, and according to Shishio, that sword is very rare, a very important one, and it shouldn't be just destructible that easily. So this made Shishio change his mind, and he decided to bring in the 10 swords, the Jupon Katana, and they are apparently very strong warriors, and I'm guessing Kenshin will probably be fighting them in the future. So yeah, that's what happened. Now we are back towards our journey towards Kyoto. So yeah, let's see what happens. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god, he's still lost. At this point, you know, I don't know. Hmm. Encounter in the forest. Oh, this will be Sanosuke related? Yeah. Where am I? What is this place? Well, not really. Like, he got stuck in the middle. Hmm. I'll be the first to reach there. Or that. What? Okay. Oh, he's even out of rations. Wait, that's going to fill his stomach. Oh no! Yo, his food! The last one. Oh, 3 second rule. Whoa, who's this? Damn, he's big. What? Um, could harvest? Whoa, yeah. Damn. Horiki. Yeah. True. Muddy. Yeah. That isn't frog. Hmm. Oh. Interesting. I see. Fallen monk. Wait. Oh, I guess that makes. Yeah. Yeah. Why is it training? Ah. Salvation is not done by his own hands. Hmm. I see. That's why a fallen monk, I guess. Yeah, he's disciplined. You can see that. Abolish. What? What is that? What? Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. Oh, well, yeah, that is. I wasn't expecting a question like that from him. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Impact doesn't fully transfer. Okay. Ah. Um. Oh. I see. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Ranger turn. Interesting. He's just telling him. Oh, I doubt it's that easy. Really? You think that's easy? You have to like do it twice, I guess. Hmm. Oh wow. 1 month. Yo, this reminds me of. Damn. Yo, okay, that's a bit. Oh, so he cannot let anyone. Uh, bruh. Yeah, this reminds me of the whole Naruto training with Jiraiya to master Rasengan. Even though Jiraiya didn't threaten to kill him, but you know, yeah, that's the only difference here. Oh my, yeah, his hand is just. Yeah. Yo, he's gonna pulverize that, and this will happen to you. Crazy. Yeah. Hmm. That is true. A gun. Okay, I don't think that is true strength. Yeah, that is really out of the question. Right, fourth day. Oh, that is his. Those rocks are all. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh damn. Yo. Okay, is he like reaching closer and closer? Hmm. Oh my god. Yeah, he's like he saw him giving his all, so No, he's off the train. Like he saw his like determination, so he's like, yeah, I can spare you here. Oh boy, fifth day, 6th day, one more day after this. Oh, he hasn't even come to eat today. Ah, God. Oh, today's the last day. Yeah, yeah, okay. Hmm. Oh, damn. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? What the hell? Is he really hallucinating? Yeah, probably. Oh, is this okay? In Buddhism, when Buddha was, like there's a lot of like, okay, I'll talk about it later. Like a lot of forces that came to stop him from reaching enlightenment, and he never went for that, and he okay, I'll talk about it later. Excuse me. Mm. Yeah. Megumi had fox ears. Oh God, hey, that hand is gone. Hmm. Okay. Seventh day. Okay, time is up. I don't think so. I don't think it's dead. He's like, bro, I'm not dead. Yeah. No, he'll demonstrate it to you for now. That's why that rock is there. Oh damn. Yo, that little rock. Uh, that makes sense. True. Hard work as well. Hmm. Yep, 1 week. Where is he now? Wh- Okay, right. So is he close? Yeah. What? Yeah. Oh. Oh. I see. Interesting. Okay. Anji. Oh no, is he one of the? I was gonna say, is he one of the Juppongatana? Oh my god! I just thought at the very end, like maybe he's one of the Juppongatana. That is crazy. Well, they will meet very soon. Like I never thought about it up until the very end. I was like, wait a minute. The way, like they as soon as they were introducing themselves, like when he used his name, I'm like, wait a minute. The fact that he actually has a name probably means he's going to be important later. And I'm like, oh my god, he might be one of the Juppon Gatana. And yep, like there's a possibility he was just a normal character who would be just forgotten in the future. But as soon as he named, said his name, I'm like, yeah, he's important. But like what surprised, they're called the Juppon Katana, the 10 swords. Like I understand, obviously, they are being compared to swords. But I don't know why in my head I was thinking like all the Juppon Katana will be using swords. That's why I never even thought that he might be one of them. But no, that's not the case. Juppon Katana, they're comparing the swords to them, not the weapons they use. They might use something else. They themselves are being compared to the swords. Right, I think so. So, not necessarily everyone will use swords. Okay. Is there something? Oh no, that's it. And that was today's episode. So that was episode number 6, I think, yeah. Okay, so today's episode was Sanosuke related, and we focused on Sanosuke gaining a new technique, doing a little bit of training, and meeting this guy, Anji, and you know, mastering the technique that he has, like Anji has mastered through. I think. Wait, how many years did he say? 2 years? No, 10 years. Wait a minute. How long did he say that it took him to master that? I cannot find it now. Anyways, but it was a very long time. As he said, it took him a long time to master it. And, Sansuke was able to do it within 7 days. Um, and yeah. So now Sanosuke can, like, literally pulverize anything. Now, his explanation of what the technique does is very interesting. So basically, he says that when you attack something, it has a resistance. So, the amount of force that you put on it, the resistance nullifies most of it, and the remaining part of it transfers, and then that particular thing gets destroyed. But if you are able to somehow nullify that resistance and attack it with your full strength, then only you can use your power more effectively, and that is what he does. So basically, that's why he attacks, like he punches it twice in a very rapid fashion. I think that's what he says. And the first one nullifies the resistance, and the second one is then, it then hits with the full force, and no excess energy or no excess power is lost in that. That is why the whole the whatever you're attacking gets the full brunt of the force, and they can literally pulverize and make it into dust, as we saw he was doing. And Sanosuke wanted to like practice that, and and he had a very good question. He asked Sanosuke, like, why me? Why are you like trying to learn this from me? You could have just go to Kyoto and like learn. There's a lot of people there who has a lot of techniques that might be beneficial to you. There's no like need for you to start learning from a random fallen monk in the middle of the forest. Like, why? At which he says that, like, Sanosuke, I guess you could say that Sanosuke felt resonating with this technique. It felt more of something that he could use and he would like to use. That is why. And obviously this is like something related to your fist. As he said, he doesn't really want to use swords at this point, or something else, or guns and stuff is way out of the question. So that something that he can feel confidence in is his own fists, and this is something that probably resonated with him. That is why he wanted to learn it, and master it. you know and yeah, there you go. That was today's episode, basically. Him learning and practicing, working hard for 1 week, and mastering it. Okay, there was a section you see where Sagara comes in, and it was like a ghost type of being who comes in front of him. Now, obviously, I don't know what exactly that was. Neither does Sanosuke knows. As Sanosuke says in the end, I don't care what you are. You might be my hallucination, my imagination, or an actual ghost. But like whoever you are, I cannot stop here. You're telling me to stop here, and I cannot, because like even though I was mad at the people who took you away from me, I was also mad at the fact that I wasn't strong enough to stop what happened that day. And now I have found someone who is similar to you, and that person is going to be fighting one of the biggest fights in his life. And I don't want to be the same person who I was back then, and just let everything to leave everything to fate. And I want to make sure that something like that never happens again, and that's why I need to get stronger. And, so he was like, yeah, whoever you are, you might be my imagination. I thank you for showing yourself to me for the last time, but I'll keep doing this. Okay, where's that part? Yeah, Sagara says, that is enough, Sanosuke. You have done plenty. And you can see he's not even speaking. His mouth is like shut. He's not even moving his mouth, which is kind of freaky. Like, the way he was speaking, like it was just, his mouth was not even moving. You tried so hard to up to your limits. If you admit defeat, that man should not go so far as to take your life. So yeah, you can give up now. If you're many more reckless, there definitely will be no guarantees to your life. Forget everything and rest now. Now, this part, like I said, again, I'm not sure what that was. That might be anything, but this kind of reminded me of like a certain thing, like when Buddha wanted, was trying to get enlightenment. I think, like, there were certain sections where certain beings came and tried to make him give up, and say something to make him give up on his path towards enlightenment. But he never paid any heed to them, and he kept doing what. Okay, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I've heard something like this. You know what? Let me check. Uh, Here we go. According to ancient Buddhist traditions, Siddhartha Gautama was tempted 3 times before he attained to Buddhahood. A promise to make him Chakravarti, a wheel king of enlightenment, refused. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go ahead because I'm saying, like, I'm kind of saying, like, I'm trying to find this out. It's because he's a monk, and the person, what was his name? The guy who Samska was training from, and so that's why I think that there's like a maybe there's like a connection to that. It was kind of the same where. Right, wait a minute. Let me just go and see. Yeah, tempted 3 times before he attained to Buddhahood. When he left his house, Mara, the evil one, to whom power is given over the whole material creation, stayed at him at the gate, counseling not to resign the world and extending a promise to make him Chakravarti, a wheel king. There is a monarch to whom dominion is given. Okay, but refused the tempter's offer. He went into homelessness and led a religious life, bent on finding the cause of suffering and solution to problems. Um, okay, following the custom of the day, Bodhisattva sought salvation in severe self mortification and fast. His body became emaciated like a withered branch, and when he was on the verge of starvation, the wicked Mara again reproached him, saying, "What good is thy exertion? Deign to leave, and thou wilt be not able to do good works." Bodhisattva answered, "Death in battle is better than to live defeated." After attaining an insight into the nature of being and having grasped the concentration, cause, and effect, was attacked by the evil one and sent out against his army of demons in order to overwhelm the blessed one seated in Konaya. Okay, all these things. So there you go. As you can see, there were these 3 temptations, and I don't know if this was this whole section in the end with Sagara was something that is kind of you know connected to that, because technically, like, what Sanosuke was doing here was also, obviously he wasn't really meditating or anything, but this is also like pure discipline. He's trying to attain something that is impossible. Like, this was his goal. So while trying to go towards his goal, this was like maybe some kind of a temptation that came, and that was like, that's why he was saying, I don't know if this is like a hallucination, or if this my imagination is playing tricks, or if you are an actual ghost, I don't know. But this was something that was telling him that, oh, it's fine to rest. It's fine to, like, give up, because if you go and tell him, he might spare your life. So take my advice and give up. Like, in that way, this was a temptation for him to stop, but he overcame that. Again, I'm not sure if this is that, if they had like any type of, like, thought, like, behind this, why this whole section. But it wouldn't surprise me if the author thought that, oh, this is like a perfect way to show that, because just like how Buddha had the temptations trying to stop him, this was something like a temptation for Sanosuke as well, to stop him from attaining his goal. Again, I don't know if that was something like that, or if this is something completely, like, different, or, but just something that I thought. Either way, yeah. And then we have the ending part where he pulverized not only a small rock, but like a whole big rock. He just pulverized it, and there you go, it's done. He has mastered it within 7 days. um there you go. And that was today's episode. Nothing much to talk about today, because most of the episode was him training and him trying to overcome his uh limitations and go towards his goal that he had decided on. Right. Oh, also another thing you can see, at the very beginning. Wait, what was his name? I just forgot his name. The main, the guy. Just a minute. I'm Sanosuke Sagara. Will meet if you. Anji. Yep, that's his name. Anji. So Anji, there was a section, if you remember. Anji said something. At first, Anji was like, "Oh, like you either do it within the amount of days that like 7 days, or you'll die here." But then, as he saw him train every single day, coming back, eating, and going back to training again, I think like at the third or the fourth day, he said something like, "Oh, like like I can understand you're very like dedicated to this, but you know like it's not possible to learn this within 7 days. Even I had so much struggle, had to struggle so much, and like learn this for, it took me so long to learn it. So I doubt it is possible like that. So yeah, like you've proven yourself. If you give up now and swear to secrecy, then you can leave. So you can see that he at first told him probably to either scare him off or to see how much his determination goes, you know. And then when he realized that his determination is true and he's not the type of person who's going to spread this around, because someone who has the amount of dedication to do something like this every single day for 4 days non-stop, trying to learn something like and reach, like do like an insurmountable task like this. um like yeah, he realized that this type of person will not like spread the spread this whole thing around. He's not that type of person, and that seeing him for these 4 days made him determine that yeah, he's not a bad person. He's not someone who is going to spread this around or use this for something bad. So it's fine even if I don't kill him, you know so that is why he said like it's fine, if you swear to secrecy I can let you leave. Which he wasn't like that at the beginning. So and I don't know, I feel like if Sanosuke failed, you know if he failed at the very end, even after the end of the 7 days, he probably wouldn't kill him. Like Sanosuke would probably be like, "Oh no, kill me! Like I promise this and that," but he probably wouldn't have. Like in the end, you can see he comes and he thinks that he's already dead. So that's why he was like offering a prayer to him. But if Sanosuke didn't succeed, and if he, I don't know, I just get the feeling he wouldn't have killed him. But that it didn't matter because in the end Sanosuke was able to do it. So yeah. So in that way you can see he's very, I guess you could say, I don't know, he like Anji, he seems like a obviously like an honorable person. Not only that, he's also, what can I say, like a good natured person maybe. But obviously, like even though he's like this, he's one of the Juppon Katana, and I'm sure he has his own reasons for following Shishio and doing whatever he's doing, which I'm kind of curious about. I'm assuming we'll get to know it later. Why? What is his motivations? Why is he following Shishio? Stuff like that in the future maybe. Okay, and yeah, and there you go. So we've met the second Juppon Katana. The first Juppon Katana we met was obviously Sojiro, and he's the second one. So there's 8 more left. We're going to meet little by little, I guess. And as Sanosuke said, like, oh, we'll meet again. Indeed, they will meet again. They're both going towards Kyoto now, and they're definitely going to bump heads eventually. Hmm. Okay. Like he reminds me of someone. His character design. Oh my god, I cannot. I don't know. His character design reminds me of someone. Anji, that's who I'm talking about. Okay. Anyways, and there you go. That was today's episode. Great episode, and thank God Sanosuke is not lost anymore. At least he know where he is now, and he can go towards Kyoto properly. Okay, so yeah, there you go. That was today's episode. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, you can see Sanosuke just moving in the forest, trying to figure out where he is. Obviously, he's lost, so he cannot. And he's thinking about what everyone is doing. He's also thinking like he's like, oh, I'm just lost here. I'm assuming Kenshin probably has already reached Kyoto, and like Kaoru and Yahiko are probably on their way, and all these things he's thinking. He's thinking about uh, what's her name? Megumi as well. The fact that she's also there, she's there looking at her patients and everything. He's like, damn, I just got stuck here. But I feel like like as we saw, Kenshin also got kind of stopped in midway because of that whole thing with Senkaku and all that. Then yeah, so I guess everyone is more or less going to reach at the same time. So right. Anyways, he's then like, okay, there's not enough food, let me eat. So he that was like an onigiri or something like that, I think. He was going to eat it. Oh no, that was a bun. Okay, never mind. That was like some kind of a bun. And there's like a little tremor, and it falls down. I love the fact that it falls down and he immediately grabs it and eats it. The whole if you guys don't know, there's like this whole 3-second rule or whatever, where if something drops, like something edible, if you pick it up within 3 seconds, it's assumed that everything is fine. But obviously that's not the case. But it's something, I guess. But yeah, that kind of that's kind of funny, the way he grabbed it and put it in his mouth immediately. Yeah, and another thing, how like that fills him up, that little thing. I don't know, man. That is in no way can that satiate your hunger. But I guess he doesn't have anything else either. Like, what can he even eat? Good God, like he's a big person, like just that little thing would probably do nothing to him. Either way, you can see this guy Anji here, uh, like kind of meditating, training, doing something here. You know, Sanosuke comes in and he sees his like what he was doing, and Sanosuke's like, "Damn, you're really good," And then Sanosuke's like, "Can you like can you?" Oh, he says like, "I want to know the location obviously, and also the fact that his food is gone, so he wants food from him." Either way, he talks about this technique. What does he call it? First, wait a minute. Horiki. Okay. So he says like oh, this is Horiki, isn't it? And he says like damn, I never thought I was going to see something like Horiki like this in my life. And this is why and Anji's like, oh no, that's not Horiki. That is something else. And he tells him that how he's a fallen monk as well. So okay, so fallen monks are basically as he explains, or the narrator explains, um, right. Fallen monk refers to a corrupted monk who feels no shame in violating the directives of Buddha, such as chastity and not killing. So that is what a fallen monk is. And he explains everything, and he says that, like, okay, he explains how even though he has dropped his faith, he has not abandoned his will for salvation, which is very interesting because he says that salvation is not done by Buddha's hand, it's going to be done by my own self. I will be the one responsible for saving myself, which is where Sanosuke says, like, oh, so it's not as if you are, a fallen monk because you have decided to, not do, like, not, wait, what did he use? Wait a minute. There we go. You didn't become a fallen monk because you gave in to temptation. There you go. That's the word. And he says that, and your way of like doing this is different. Like you're trying to save, save. You're trying to go on the path of salvation with your own power, And and that is why I guess he became a fallen monk, because of that, because he has gone against the faith, but obviously he is still working towards the same, location, the same path he's going on. And that's why he's a bit different. So he talks about the Buddhist abolishment. What is that? Wait a minute, let me check. What, in various places, Buddhist statues and altars were destroyed and burned, temple land were confiscated, and monks were driven out. These actions are called the Haibutsu Kishaku, or literally abolish Buddhism and destroy Buddha. Oh, the violence of the movement peaked in 1871 and began to subside. Okay, Haibutsu Kishaku uh, is a term that indicates a current thought of continuous in Japan's history, which advocates the expulsion of Buddhism from Japan. Okay, okay, I didn't know that. All right. Um, so he's like, you know what that is? And he's like, Sanskrit's like, no, I don't. And he's like, okay, so then there's no point in telling you. I guess he'll probably explain it later on in the future. He didn't really say anything, and I'm guessing the reason behind him going against his faith is maybe something related to this or something. I don't know. Because as he said, he's going towards the path of salvation on his own. He's taken matter in his own hands. Obviously, this kind of goes against the rules of Buddhism, as they said, like not killing. He probably, since he has taken everything in his hand, he's probably someone, and obviously he's one of the Juppon Katana. He definitely fights and kills people. So yeah, but his path is still the same. He's still walking towards salvation. So we'll probably get to know what is going on. Why is did he become a fallen monk? All these things in the future we'll probably get to know, maybe later on, as a part of his backstory or whatever. Either way, Sanosuke is like, okay, so since this is not something related to Buddhism, can you teach me this? And and he explained that, like, I want to, and he like, Anji asked him, like, why do you want to get stronger? He's like, he says two things. First and foremost, as he said, he okay, where's that part? Yeah, he says, like, he talks about his past. No, wait, he says that later. Wait a minute. Okay, so he says, like, why do you want to become strong? And he says, like, I want to become strong, powerful than I am now, because when I left Tokyo, a guy I fought told me I lacked defense, and and he wants to become more strong, and he wants to go beyond that. And then when he asks about the current Meiji government, he says, like, oh, like that, I don't like it, and he explains about his situation with Sagara and all that, what happened. And he says that I want to change it, like, I want to do my part. This is where he decided to teach him, and he gives him, like, the theory of how, like, you're supposed to do it. So he takes up a rock and he tells him, set your fist like this and deliver the first blow. And then right when the impact of that first blow collides with the resistance in the rock, you bend your knuckles to deliver the second blow. Oh, so you hit like this, and then when the resistance is stripped off, you bend your knuckle and attack again. So basically, like, hit like this and then this, something like that, and it has to be so strong, like I feel like I've seen, like, people, like, like, do this as well, like, in actual martial arts, where, like, there's like a punching bag. I've seen, like, actual martial artists kind of practicing like that, where they attack it like this, and then without taking the hands off, they do this with the knuckles. And it's a very, like, difficult thing to master, because obviously, like, the first impact is all well and good, but then you have to continue that with your knuckles as well and hit it with the same effort, same power. That is very difficult to control, I guess, like, but I don't know if that's what he was doing, but it was something similar to that. And he kind of shows him the demonstration, and you know yeah, then Sanosuke tries to do it. It doesn't really work, and he's like, damn, it's quite difficult. Oh no, at first Sanosuke's like, oh, it's quite easy. I'm sure I'll be able to do it quickly. But then he actually shows him how he's supposed to do it. Like, it's not only breaking it, but pulverizing it completely to dust, you know. And that is when you realize you have succeeded in doing it. And he then gives him like a time limit, and he's like, okay, um, mastery of two layers was a secret technique to develop for salvation. So if you fail, it's not something that I'd pass on to someone, let alone spread the teachings. Yeah, you said you're going to risk your life, so do it within a week, you know, and otherwise you'll die. So there you go. Sanskrit's like, fine, I'll take it. I'm going to do it. And he starts his training. Sanskrit's like training, like from that day onwards. And he tells, Anji tells him himself that it's kind of impossible to do it within 1 week. Um, it is impossible to learn in 1 week. Yeah, why don't you reconsider? Anyway, Sanskrit's like, nah, man, I can do it. Right. So he then demonstrates, Anji demonstrates it again with a big rock, and yeah, then Sanosuke keeps practicing. At night, he comes to eat. Um, you know, he's like eating like frogs and mushrooms that he caught. And he's like, bro, like, hunt for your own food. And he's like, come on, I'm training. Can you just give me a little bit of food? Yeah, and this is where they kind of talk about the whole thing. And Anji asks him, like, you could have just went to Kyoto and, like, like actually trained with, like, actual people who teach stuff. Why here in the middle of the forest, like, and from me? At which Sansuke tells him that obviously, in no way am I using a gun, first and foremost. Second, I cannot really, like, I don't even want to use a sword because I'm sure, like, like, it'll take a while and I won't be able to reach that amount of, like, mastery. And there's so many other swordsmen beside me who is so strong. That is why he feels it is best to use something that he's familiar with, that is his fist, and he feels this technique resonated with him more. So that's why he wants to do it. Either way, next day, you can see his training every single day, and yeah. So 4 days have passed. This is where Anji tells him that if you just give up now, it's fine. Like, you're a good person. I know you're not going to spread this around. If you swear to secrecy, you can leave. But Sanskrit's like, no, man. Like, like, what are you underestimating me? In no way am I going to accept that. I want to do this. And he goes away and he keeps practicing. Yeah, and then on the 5th day, 6th day, Anji's seeing like there's still no progress. And on the 6th day, he doesn't even come to eat. And at night you can see Sanosuke is completely just gone. There's no energy. He cannot do anything. He almost like topples and falls down, and this is where Sagara, whatever that was, his hallucination, his imagination, or any type of ghost, it doesn't matter. It comes in front of him, and Sagara tells him to, just give up, and everything will be fine. But he goes against that. Like I said, in my way of looking at it, it's just like how Buddha was, temptations was used to make him go against his path of enlightenment. Maybe this was something like that in this situation as well, where he was told, where Sagara was told by someone who he respected the most to be, to give up, and he was like, "It's fine, you can give up now." But he still didn't listen. Sanosuke decided to go against it, and Sanosuke said, like, I don't want a repeat of what happened back then. So, yeah, goodbye. Now, I think that whole thing, in the end, as you can see, they kind of said that this is the place where their army came to an end. Sagara's, like, army and everything. So, like, in the end, I feel like they kind of hinted that that was like an actual ghost or like some kind of a spirit, maybe. But like I said, it can be anything. My way of looking at it was like, it's like it was like his temptation stopping him from reaching his goal. Like, just like how Buddha was stopped from reaching enlightenment, or it was attempted, to stop him, but he never listened to it. Just like that, Sanosuke also went against it and decided to keep moving forward. At least that's how I see it. Either way, in the end, at the morning, you can see he's like sprawled on the ground, and Anji thinks he's dead, so he's like, oh, rest in peace. And he's like, come on, man, don't kill me off like that easily. And so Anji's like, oh, the fact that you have the stone on your hand makes me think that you failed, didn't you? And he's like, oh, you think so? And he throws it up and breaks the big rock underneath it. And he's like, there you go. Like I was finally able to reach perfection at the very end. Like as soon as it was like morning, I was finally able to reach it. And as he said, like once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. You can kind of continue it. Anyways, Anji's like, damn, you're talented. He's like, come on, man. I've been like sweat, blood, and tears. Everything's like falling, and you're just brushing it off as talent. Give me a little bit of credit. And he's like, you know what? It's hard work as well. You're one hell of a man. And both of them shook hands. And in the end, he asks where this is, and that is where Sanosuke was saying before that this forest seems familiar. As he says that this is the place, Shimonosuba was the land where Sekiho army met its end. So he's like, oh, this is some kind of divine intervention that I came to meet you over here, in this place. Either way, he waved goodbye, and this is the part, when they introduced each other. He's like, oh, I'm Sanosuke Saga, and he's like, oh, I'm Anji. And as soon as he introduced himself, I was like, wait a minute, this means we'll probably see him later. And he seems so strong. Maybe it's one of the Juppon Gatana. And yep, exactly that's what we see. Immediately after a few moments, Sojiro comes in, and Sojiro's like, oh, you've been called to come into Kyoto. Like Shishio's calling you. And so he's one of the Juppon Gatana. And that's where it ended. So there you go. That was my reaction to episode number 6 of Rurouni Kenshin, the Kyoto Disturbance. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below. Anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. That is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Rurouni Kenshin. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.